I think it's a necessary truth that slavery is wrong. That, of course, doesn't mean that everybody believed it, but there are many examples in logic and math where people believed false things and only later came to see that there were truths that were necessary truths that they thought were false.
Right, but right now we're talking epistemology. How do you know something?
The question is by understanding the concepts, as in math, and in logic, and in epistemology. I gave that example. How do I know that if you know something, it's true? The answer is because the very concept of knowledge implies that's so.
Right. Knowledge, as you know, I'm just doing this for the audience.
Okay.
How you know something's called epistemology, but the object you're knowing deals with ontology. The question is, if there is no God, what is the standard that says murder is wrong and rape is wrong and love is good? And why are we obligated to obey it if there is no God?
That's equivalent to the question for me. How do we know that 2 + 2 is 4 if there's no God? The answer is we know that 2 + 2 is 4, independent of any kind of evidence or knowledge of God, because we understand the concepts. And though morality is not about numbers, it's about wrongness. And there are certain concepts that are linked necessarily to wrongness, like rape and exploitation, and the list I partly went through.
Right. The question is, why is it wrong to rape or murder if there is no God, there is no purpose to life, and we're just overgrown germs? We're just, as someone said, we're either God imagers or we're clever, murderous monkeys fighting for control over the banana supply.
The mistake that this atheist is making is assuming that just because mankind can discover that 2 + 2 = 4, that does not mean on an ontological level that mankind is responsible or a good explanation for where that existence comes from. In the same way, we see the laws of nature that gravity, it was discovered. But what we see in science is that it began to exist, which means it was not always here. It's independent of mankind. Therefore, theism is a better explanation of what we discover, that being morality, or that 2 + 2 = 4. And theism is a better explanation for where mankind derives morality from.